Hold on to your thinking caps, folks, because Trump's at it again. He's decided America's classrooms are a little too crowded. With ideas. We can't have that. So what's his solution? Executive order time. He's taking aim at the Department of Education like a toddler with a juice box and a vendetta. The goal? Dismantle it. Gone. Like your hopes and dreams after a Trump rally. Of course, he can't just Thanos snap an entire government agency out of existence. That's where Congress comes in. They get to have a lovely little debate about whether education is, important or whatever. Until then, Trump's going full steam ahead with downsizing, because nothing says I value education like firing teachers and cutting budgets. But hey, maybe he's got a point? Maybe the Department of Education is just a big, bloated bureaucracy full of pencil pushers who hate freedom? That's what his supporters are saying anyway. They claim it's all about states' rights and local control, which is a bit rich coming from the guy who once threatened to withhold federal funding from schools that didn't reopen during a pandemic. Now, you might be wondering, why on earth would Trump want to dismantle the Department of Education? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because it's about to get dumber than a bag of hammers in here. The official line is that it's all about efficiency and cutting government waste, because apparently the best way to improve education is to spend less money on it? Makes sense. But let's be real, folks, this isn't about efficiency, it's about ideology. Trump and his cronies have been gunning for the Department of Education for years. They see it as a bastion of liberalism, what with all the critical thinking and fact-checking going on. And we all know how much Trump hates those things. Remember, this is the guy who thinks windmills cause cancer and injecting bleach cures COVID. Facts and logic are the kryptonite to his particular brand of idiocy. So, who's gonna feel the pain if Trump gets his way? Well, let's just say, it's not going to be Barron's classmates at his fancy-pants private school. No, the brunt of these cuts will fall squarely on the shoulders of the most vulnerable students in America. Low-income kids, students with disabilities, and minorities. The ones who actually need the support that the Department of Education provides. Think about it. The Department of Education is responsible for everything from ensuring equal access to education, to providing funding for special education programs, to enforcing civil rights laws in schools. Without it, who's going to make sure that kids with disabilities get the resources they need to succeed? Who's going to hold schools accountable for discriminating against minority students? Who's going to make sure that poor kids aren't stuck in failing schools with no way out? The answer, my friends, is nobody. So, can this travesty be stopped? Well, that's where Congress comes in. They have the power to reject Trump's budget cuts and block his attempts to dismantle the Department of Education. But will they? That's the million-dollar question. The Democrats are, of course, vehemently opposed to Trump's plans. They understand that education is the foundation of a strong society, and that gutting the Department of Education would be a disaster for millions of American children. The Republicans, on the other hand, are a bit more divided. Some of them, particularly those who represent wealthy districts, are perfectly fine with letting public education crumble. Others, however, are starting to realize that this might not be the best look for them, politically speaking. So, there's a chance, albeit a slim one, that Congress could muster up the courage to stand up to Trump and protect one of the most important institutions in our society. But don't hold your breath. Remember, this is the same Congress that couldn't agree on the sky being blue if it hit them in the face.